Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Professor David J. De Los Reyes. What I will be discussing tonight will be the so-called signal tracing of an FM radio. Signal tracing meaning the audio signal. That is by using an oscilloscope. So in here, I set the signal to be what they call this monitored. I set it to AC. Okay. And the volts per division is 0.2 volts per division. I will be using channel 1. So this terminal probe, this is actually the probe for terminal number 1. And the end of that probe is actually, we got the ground connection. And this is the signal probe, signal injection point. This one. This will be the one in which we will be poking on the different parts of an electronic circuit to find a missing signal, or if we would like to find a signal on that portion of the circuit. I will try to open the signal end of the, it's just like an ice pick. So it's just something like this. The audio amplifier of this FM receiver is actually this portion here. So if you are looking for a signal or an audio, and if you are not sure if there is a signal on that terminal or not, you'll just do it like that. For the meantime, the radio is off. You just poke it like that. Okay. Till the signal will appear on the oscilloscope. It's just like if you try to operate this one, maybe the FM receiver is alive, but there is no sound coming out. So if there is no sound coming out, you don't know where that signal actually stop operating. There could be a defective part of the electronic component. There could be a comp-solder maybe, or there could be a disconnection, unknowingly a disconnection. Okay, so this terminal here of the oscilloscope, actually it's actually this one, right? That's for channel 1. This is where we poke the different terminal points on the circuit. And the other connection of this one, you must have to connect it to the ground connection on the circuit. So it's a must that you know where the ground points are. The ground points are actually for this one, the ground point will be the negative terminal of this electrolytic capacitor. And to connect to that ground connection, you just go to the back. Okay. This is the negative terminal of the electrolytic capacitor. The negative terminal is actually the ground. So you must have to connect your ground over here. And the other end will be connected to the ground part of the terminal of channel 1. So the requirement for us to see a signal on the audio signal on the oscilloscope is that you must have to connect this black thing to the ground portion of the circuit. So it's a must that you know where the ground is. And for this one here, this one with an ice pick, you try to poke to the different part of the circuit till you see a signal coming out on the oscilloscope. So you know where at this point here, if you poke this one and there is no signal, you try to the other terminals till you find a signal. So at least you know where that signal stops. and it does not come out going to the speaker. Okay, so I will now try to put back this one. I put it back, and actually we could still connect this one to the circuit by just what you call this, depressing this one, and there's actually a needle thing part of the end, and that is similar to the I speak that we see a while ago. So this one is the same as the aspect that we see a while ago. So if you try to put that in a circuit and you could lock it, so it will keep steady till you see a signal on the oscilloscope. So what I will do now is that I will now try to power up this FM radio, right? So the two LEDs are now alive, but no signal yet. So I will try to toggle the switch. Okay. We've got a reception station now for us, a certain FM station. So I will just try to push this FM button.
You can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards
Okay.
your first sponsored job.
And
Terms and conditions
the
apply. I went hands-free.
audio amplifier of this FM receiver is this one here.
I went hands-free with
So
Skechers slip-ins.
Join the millions
I
of
would
people
like
who are
to
celebrating
connect
going hands-free
this
with
one here
Skechers slip-ins.
to
Footwear
this
you just
one
step into and they're
one
on.
end of
It's
the
crazy how
resistor here.
something
That is a supporting component of the.
After trying Skechers slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this
I will
technology.
try to connect it.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Real 92.3 here.
Giving up the most
Okay.
tickets in the city to the biggest hip-hop
I
festival.
connected it,
Yo, what's up? It's Tar
and as you can see it, you can see an audio signal on the oscilloscope. That's how we see an audio signal on the oscilloscope. So, meaning to say, this supporting component passes an audio signal that goes to the speaker. And that's the view of an audio signal using an oscilloscope. Okay, that's an audio signal. Okay, that's an audio signal. Okay. Okay, I will stop now. Okay, that's an audio signal coming from this audio amplifier portion of the FM receiver. That's an audio signal. That's a voice signal. Okay, that's a voice signal. Okay, I will now try to stop the FM receiver. So that's how we trace an audio signal on a certain part of a circuit, if it's alive or not, and we can see the graph of that on the oscilloscope. Okay, one more time.
Savings beyond low prices. Like dish with coupons worth over $600.
That's the audio signal.
Up to $1 off per gallon at the pump.
Okay,
You can get big flavors and big savings.
that's the audio signal.
Fresh for everyone.
I increase the volume.
Restrictions apply.
Save on fresh Foster
Okay,
Farms chicken.
I decrease it. That's the audio signal.
Free with your card. Ralph's. Fresh for
That's the audio signal. Okay, I will stop it now. That's the way how to view an audio signal from a certain part of a circuit by using the oscilloscope. The number one requirement is that you must have to connect the ground connection of the probe on the ground part of the circuit, so at least you know where the ground connections are. Okay, and the next thing to connect is actually the injection terminal. Okay, it got a clip over here, so you just clip to certain part of the circuit, and if there is an audio on that part of the circuit, okay, you can see it on the oscilloscope. Good evening from Los Angeles. This is Professor David J. De Los Reyes. What I presented is that it is the way how to trace or see an audio on a certain part of a circuit by using an oscilloscope. Good evening from Los Angeles.